Good afternoon, everybody. Very pleasure to be here today. I currently represent the IFA. IFA is the European Federation of Driving Schools. We represent 24 national driving schools association and 12 stakeholders involved in the field of road safety. One of our aims is to try to harmonize the European law on getting a license. Currently, just the examination is harmonized, but we try to increase the level of training, so to obtain a high quality level of training in Europe. We participated to a lot of events made by the European institutions, by the Commission, and especially right now into the Trend Commission of the European Parliament, because as many of you know, today is open the debate on the driving license directive. In March was presented the new driving license directive, when for the first time in the story was speaking about the training, so to introduce a minimum training in the licensing process for getting the different kind of licenses. And we are very happy to take part to this process because we think that our voice has to be heard by all the stakeholders. In this news, we are also speaking about the ADAS, the use of the ADAS, because we know that are changing the vehicle, are changing the infrastructures, but not the driver behaviors. And so we need to update as well the skills and competence of the drivers across Europe. Also matching this to the eco-driving style, because with the new cars, with the new vehicles as the electrical or the hybrid, definitely the drivers, they should have to know how to manage this kind of vehicle to optimize the benefit produced by this kind of vehicle. It was also introduced the concept of progressive assist for the different kind of licenses. Was first of all for the motorbike, for starting from the mopeds to the limitless category A for the moto. Just matching the things said by the previous speakers, that definitely we need to create aware driver, because you have to consider that 90% of the students that go to the driving school do it just for getting the license, and not to become very good drivers. And this is everywhere, especially in the Mediterranean countries. So I'm Italian. I know that as Greece, we have some habits that we have to try to modify in the way of obtaining best results in terms of road safety. And we think that we are on the right way, and especially in the theory classroom, because we have started to introduce some European project involving the student to become more aware about the risk linked to the driving. So we have made some project with Diageo, for instance, sensibilizing the risk of alcohol when driving. We have cooperation. We signed an agreement with the European Resuscitation Council, so to develop the first aid theory chapters in something more practical. So one of our aims is that in Europe we have potentially 15 million of new drivers per year. Why we cannot certify these drivers to be able to make the maneuver for saving more lives? And this is another example, or more, the ones regarding the liability and responsibilities. So become a safer driver doesn't mean to reply yes or no to a test, but really understand why we do something. So as my British colleagues are often repeat to me, we need thinking drivers. We don't need just knowledge drivers, the ones that were able to reply to some questions, but definitely more conscious about the risk and the things. And the cooperation is really important, because right now in the West society we have 5 different stakeholders, 5 different road users that are living in the road: pedestrians, cyclists, power two-wheelers, car drivers, and heavy vehicles drivers. All we know what are the needs of the other drivers, users, or it's become really complicated to survive and take it in a safely way.